God is begging you to hear him. This is his last attempt. If you skip this, you will get into huge trouble, so listen carefully before 11:57 p.m. Please don't scroll past this. If you do, you may miss the very thing your soul has been crying out for. This is not just another video. This is not just a moment you can ignore and forget. Something eternal is pressing on your heart right now, and it's not random. God is crying out to you, pleading with you to stop, listen, and receive what he is about to say. This is his final call, his last knock on your heart before something shifts in your life. Don't miss it. Don't silence the voice that has been trying to reach you all this time. Please comment Amen if you feel this deep in your heart right now. This is not a message of fear, but it is one of urgency. God is trying to save you from something that you can't see coming. He sees the storm, the trap, the heartbreak, the loss, and he is desperately reaching out to you. That voice inside, the one you've been ignoring, that tug in your chest, it's him. This is your moment to finally stop running, to stop doubting, and to surrender. Because what's ahead of you could either be breakthrough or breakdown. And your decision in this very moment will decide which one it is. He has been calling your name quietly for months, maybe years, in whispers, in moments of silence, in the nights you cried yourself to sleep. He was there. He's always been there. But now, he's not whispering anymore. Now, he's shouting. He's pleading. He's standing in front of you with open arms and tears in his eyes, saying, "Please, my child, hear me this time. Don't look away. Don't say later. This is the hour. This is the moment." Before it's too late. God's heart is breaking because he's watched you struggle with battles you were never meant to fight alone. He saw every time you thought about giving up. He heard you in those silent moments when no one else did. He watched as you tried to hold everything together on your own. And now, he's telling you, you don't have to. He wants to carry what's been crushing you. But you have to let him. You have to open the door. This is why you've felt unsettled. This is why nothing else has been working. God has been removing every distraction so that you would finally hear him. That's why people left. That's why plans failed. That's why everything felt like it was falling apart, because he wanted to get your attention. He wasn't punishing you. He was saving you. But now he's saying, you have to choose. You can't ignore me anymore. I've been patient, but the time is short. Comment 1, 1, 1, 1. If you believe this word is for you. God is not angry with you. He's not here to condemn you. He's begging you because he loves you, because he knows what you're about to face if you don't listen. He's seen the traps the enemy has laid for you. He knows the doors that are about to close, the attacks that are being planned in darkness. And he's standing in front of you like a shield, saying, if you would just let me in, I will protect you. I will provide for you. I will lift you out of this pit. He doesn't want your perfection. He wants your heart. He's not asking you to fix yourself first. He's asking you to trust him enough to let him in. There is still time, but not much. He's warning you not because he wants to scare you, but because he wants to spare you. This is the last knock. After this, things may shift, and you may not understand why it feels like everything is falling apart. But you'll remember this moment. You'll remember that he tried one last time to reach you. Some of you have been drowning in silent battles. You've smiled in front of others, but cried behind closed doors. You've prayed for answers, and now they are here. But answers don't always come as comfort. Sometimes they come as conviction. Sometimes they come as God shaking you awake and saying, there's more to your life than this. I didn't create you to barely survive. I made you to walk in freedom, in purpose, in power. You are not watching this by mistake. Heaven saw you. God chose this exact moment, this exact hour, to speak directly to your heart. He is chasing after you, not to punish you, but to protect you. And if you'll just pause, just breathe, just listen, He will begin to heal what you thought was broken beyond repair. But you have to stop running. You have to stop pretending you're okay when you're not. He already knows. And He loves you anyway. He's not asking you to understand everything. He's asking you to trust Him through it. What's coming in the next few days could either break you or bless you, and it will depend on whether you allow Him in or keep Him out. This is more serious than you realize. This is not about religion or tradition. This is about your soul, about your future, about your destiny. And He's not going to force you, but He's begging you, please, don't ignore this. You've been asking for a sign. This is it. You've been asking if God is real. This is Him. You've been asking if He still cares. He does, desperately. That ache you've felt, that's Him. That numbness, He wants to breathe life into it. That fear, He wants to replace it with peace. But He won't compete with your distractions. He won't fight for a place in your life. You have to make room. You have to open the door. You might think, I've gone too far, I've messed up too much. But God is saying, there is nothing you've done that can keep me from loving you. Nothing. I already paid the price. I just need you to say yes. That yes will unlock blessings you can't even imagine. That yes will open doors no man can shut. That yes will silence every lie of the enemy. That yes will shift your entire future. But only if you say it now, not later, not when it's convenient. Now. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now, you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. He's been holding back judgment, holding back the consequences, waiting for you to come home. But the clock is ticking. Not out of threat, but out of love. Because once the hour passes, things will move. And you'll either be under His covering or outside of it. The choice is yours. But His arms are still open. His voice is still calling. His spirit is still near. Will you finally stop running and turn to Him? He is not silent. He is right here, leaning in, whispering, please listen. This may be my last warning before the storm breaks. Do not let this moment slip through your fingers. Everything in your life has been leading up to this. Every delay, every closed door, every unanswered question has brought you to this place. And it's not just for you to feel comfort, it's to change something in you forever. God wants to stop the cycle, the pain you keep repeating, the confusion that keeps stealing your peace, the guilt that won't let go. He is saying, enough. It ends now, but only if you let me step in. You've tried your way. Now, let me show you mine. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not too broken. You are not too late. God sees the part of you that you hide from everyone else. The shame, the fear, the memories you don't talk about. He knows. And still, He calls you worthy. Still, He says you are loved. Still, He offers mercy. But this time, He's not just offering, He's warning. Because what's coming will either push you deeper into the darkness or pull you into the light, and the outcome will depend on your response right now. Comment 222 if you trust this is for you. You've been holding on by a thread, thinking no one understands, but heaven has been watching the whole time. God is not just aware of your pain, He feels it, He carries it with you. He has caught every single tear you've cried, even the ones you wiped away before anyone saw. You don't have to carry it alone anymore. He wants to take the weight from your shoulders. But you must open your heart, not just halfway, fully, completely. Surrender isn't weakness, it's the doorway to freedom. You've been surrounded by noise, opinions, voices, distractions. But God's voice has been constant, though you've been too overwhelmed to hear it clearly. Now, in this quiet moment, He's speaking plainly. He's not using riddles. He's not testing you. He's revealing truth. And the truth is this: time is short. The enemy is not playing games with your life. He's been working overtime to pull you away from God's presence, to isolate you, to confuse you, to get you so tired you stop fighting. But God is saying, get up, come back, before it's too late. This is your divine interruption. This is your wake-up call. The life you've been living is not the life God intended for you. You were made for more than pain and fear and survival. You were made for power, purpose, and peace. You've spent too long listening to lies about who you are. It's time to listen to the one who created you. He calls you chosen. He calls you loved. He calls you redeemed. And He's not giving up on you, not even now. Some of you are on the edge of making a decision that will change everything for better or worse. And God is urgently saying, wait. Don't move without me. Don't act on impulse. Let me lead. He sees what you don't. He knows what's behind that opportunity, that relationship, that door you're about to walk through. And He's not trying to control you. He's trying to protect you. There is still danger ahead, but if you stay close to Him, you won't walk into it blindly. You'll be covered, guided, protected. You don't need more proof. You don't need another sign. This moment is the sign. This warning is the proof. You asked for clarity, and here it is. You asked for help, and this is Him sending it. But He won't force your hand. He honors your choice. He wants you to choose Him freely, not out of fear but out of love. He wants relationship, not religion. He wants your heart, not your performance. If you could see what He sees, you would fall to your knees. He sees a future filled with light, with peace, with victory. He sees you walking in rooms you thought you were unqualified for. He sees you breaking generational curses. He sees you leading others out of darkness simply because you chose to say yes today. That yes may cost you something, but it will gain you everything that truly matters. Don't let fear stop you now. There's a reason you feel what you feel right now. This is not manipulation. This is the weight of eternity brushing against your soul. This is heaven knocking. And it won't knock forever. Eventually the silence will come, the stillness, and what you decide today will shape what that silence holds: peace or regret, joy or sorrow, life or loss. You know this is bigger than just emotions. You know it in your spirit. So respond while the door is still open. You may be thinking, I've ignored God before and nothing happened. But God is not a God of instant punishment. He is a God of mercy. He has been giving you time, space, grace. But His patience is not permission, it's an opportunity. And that opportunity is closing. The window is narrowing. This is not to scare you, this is to prepare you. The shift is coming. What side of the shift you stand on will depend on whether you choose Him now. God is not done with you. He's not giving up, but He is getting serious. He's drawing a line. Not because He's angry, but because He's just. Because He's holy. Because He refuses to watch you walk into disaster when He offered you rescue. And He is offering it right now. It's not too late. It's not too far gone. There is still time. But you must act. You must answer. Before 11:57 p.m., before the next door closes, before the next storm hits, before the silence comes. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. He's not waiting for you to clean yourself up. He's waiting for you to come home, just as you are, with your questions, with your flaws, with your fears. Just come. And when you do, he will wrap you in love so fierce it melts your shame. He will pour out blessings that overflow. He will go before you and fight every unseen battle, but you must let him lead. You must choose him now. Comment 333 to declare your faith in him. God has been protecting you even when you didn't ask for it. You don't even know what he's kept you from. The accidents that didn't happen, the attacks that were stopped before they reached you, the betrayals that were revealed before they could destroy you. That wasn't luck. That was him, his hand, his covering. But now he's saying, it's time for you to stop living off my mercy and start walking in my purpose. You were born for such a time as this. There is a purpose on your life that is greater than you realize. That's why the enemy has fought so hard to distract you, discourage you, and delay you, because he knows what will happen if you finally say yes to God. The chains will break, the healing will begin. The generations after you will be blessed. Your story will become a testimony that sets others free, not watching from afar, not hiding behind clouds. He's right here, standing beside you, saying, this is your turning point. This is the moment everything can begin to change. But you have to let me in. You don't have to know how everything will unfold. You just have to trust the one who holds your tomorrow. He is not asking you to carry the burden of figuring it all out. He is asking you to hand it over, your worry, your fear, your pride, your regret. All of it. Place it in his hands. He is strong enough to carry what has crushed you. He is wise enough to rebuild what has fallen apart in your life. And he is good enough to turn even your worst mistakes into a story of redemption. You've tried to control everything. You've tried to keep it all together. But you're tired now. God sees that. He's not disappointed in your exhaustion. He's calling you to rest. Not just sleep, but real rest. The kind that heals you, the kind that restores your soul. But that rest won't come from escaping. It won't come from shutting everyone out. It will only come when you allow God to come in. Comment 555 if you're ready for that kind of rest. There are moments in life when God speaks so clearly that you can't pretend you didn't hear it. This is one of those moments. That stirring in your chest, the ache behind your eyes, the weight pressing on your spirit, it's not random. That's the Spirit of God speaking directly to your heart. You've been asking for clarity. This is it. He's not hiding his will. He's not making this complicated. He's saying, come home. I've waited long enough. You may think you're too far gone. But God says, my grace goes further. You may feel like you've disappointed him, but he says, I still delight in you. You may think your mistakes disqualify you, but he says, I use the broken. I lift the fallen. I restore the lost. Stop listening to the enemy who only reminds you of what you were. Listen to your Creator who declares who you still are. Loved, chosen, called. This is your wake-up call. Because where you're headed right now without God leads to more confusion, more loss, more pain. He is trying to stop the cycle. You've seen glimpses of the consequences already. The relationship that drained you, the betrayal that shook you, the doors that closed unexpectedly. and you thought it was bad luck. But it was divine protection. It was God stepping in, even when you didn't invite him, because he couldn't stand to see you keep walking into fire. But he won't keep doing that forever, without your permission. He's not here to control you. He's here to guide you, to guard you, to love you through every season, not just the good ones. But if you keep rejecting his hand, at some point, you'll have to walk into battles alone. And he's trying so hard to make sure that doesn't happen. That's why he's speaking so loudly now. Because the time is short. If you knew what was coming, you would fall to your knees right now and thank him for this warning. Some of you have no idea the spiritual attacks being planned against your peace, your family, your future. But God knows. And he is fighting for you. But the safest place to be is not near God. It's under God, aligned with him, obedient to his voice. That's where the miracles flow. That's where protection lives. That's where your life begins to make sense again. Some of you used to be close to God. You felt his presence. You heard his voice. You used to pray with faith, worship with fire. But somewhere along the way, the fire died. Life happened. Pain came. People hurt you. And instead of turning to God, you turned away. He saw it, he felt it, but he never left you. And now he's saying, come back. I haven't changed. My love for you hasn't faded, but you must return. This is not about church. This is not about religion. This is about your soul, about eternity, about a God who refuses to give up on you. He will leave the 99 to chase after the one. And right now, you're the one. He's been running after you through every wrong turn, through every broken promise, through every silent night when you thought no one cared. He was there, waiting, watching, and now, reaching. Comment 1212 if you believe he never gave up on you. You don't have to be perfect to be chosen. You don't have to be strong to be rescued. You just have to be willing. That's all God needs. A heart that says, I'm tired of doing this on my own. I want you. That heart, your heart, is enough for him to work with. He'll do the rest. He'll clean what's messy, heal what's wounded, strengthen what's weak. But it starts with a yes, a real, wholehearted yes. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. God is not impressed by performance. He's moved by surrender. The most powerful prayer you can pray right now isn't long or fancy. It's simple. God, I need you. I can't do this without you. And if that's what you whisper, even in the quiet of your own heart, heaven will hear it like a shout. Angels will respond. Chains will begin to break. Because that's all God ever wanted, your heart. He's been waiting for you to stop pretending, to stop wearing the mask, to stop playing strong. He knows you're tired. He knows how much you've tried to carry. But he didn't create you to survive in your own strength. He created you to live in his. And when you finally lay it all down, you'll feel peace like you've never felt before. Not because everything around you changes instantly, but because something inside you does. You don't need all the answers. You just need to follow the one who does. He will go before you. He will surround you. He will fill every empty space you've been trying to fill with people, with work, with distraction. And when he comes in, everything begins to shift. Your mind clears, Your heart softens, your steps become steady. Because now, you're not walking alone. What happens next is not up to fate. It's up to faith. Your decision in this moment will echo through every area of your life. It will shape your relationships, your direction, your destiny. You're not here by accident. You were meant to hear this, meant to feel this, meant to respond to this. God chose this exact moment because He knows what tomorrow holds, and He wants to make sure you're ready for it. This is your open door. Don't wait for another one. Don't wait for a bigger sign. There may not be one. This is it. The final call. The last knock before everything shifts. The world is changing. Time is moving. And heaven is watching to see if you will say yes. Will you open your heart fully? Will you stop running? Will you let the God who formed the stars hold your life in His hands? Every word you've heard so far has been sent with love, but with urgency. You are not reading this by accident. You are not here by mistake. Something in your life is about to shift, and this is your final warning before it does. The clock is ticking. The weight on your chest that you've been ignoring is not stress. It's the cry of your soul trying to get your attention. God is pleading with you to stop pretending that you're fine, to stop hiding behind distractions, and to finally face the truth that you've been avoiding. You're hurting. You're lost. And even though you've kept going, something deep inside you is breaking. That's why God is speaking so loudly right now. He's saying, don't harden your heart. Don't delay. This is the last knock. He's not saying it's too late for you. He's saying it's almost too late to avoid what's coming if you keep ignoring Him. He's been patient. He's given you chance after chance, but this is not the season for delays. This is the hour for decisions. Your future depends on it. Your peace depends on it. And whether you realize it or not, others are connected to your decision. Your family, your children, your legacy. This moment is bigger than you. Comment 777 if you feel the shift already happening in your spirit. God has always chosen the ones the world overlooked. He always has a plan for the broken, the forgotten, the ones who feel like giving up. If that's you, you're exactly who He's calling. The enemy wants you to think you're disqualified because of your past. But God says, that's the very reason I chose you, because your story will glorify me. You may not feel ready, but God doesn't need you to be ready. He just needs you to be willing. You've tried everything else. You've poured yourself into people who didn't stay. You chased things that left you empty. You silenced the pain with distractions that only worked for a little while. But none of it healed you. None of it saved you. And now God is asking you, will you finally let me be the one who fills the space nothing else could? He's not offering a temporary fix. He's offering full restoration, but it requires surrender. You can't keep one foot in the world and one foot in His presence. You've already seen that it doesn't work. That double life is exhausting your soul. That in-between place is where confusion lives. That's why you haven't had peace. You've been torn, and God is not angry with you for it. He's just tired of watching you suffer because of it. He's saying, come all the way in. Trust me fully. Not halfway. Not when it's convenient. Right now. He's not asking you to figure out your future. He's asking you to trust Him with it. To let go of the illusion that you're in control. That burden was never meant for you. That weight was never yours to carry. And that voice of fear that keeps whispering, what if you lose everything? That's not Him. That's the voice of the enemy, trying to stop your breakthrough before it begins. Because he knows that if you choose God right now, everything in your life will start to shift. You don't need a perfect track record. You don't need to know every verse in the Bible. You just need to be real, honest, humble. The moment you say, God, I don't have it all together, but I want you, heaven will respond. The chains will start breaking. The confusion will lift. Doors that were shut will begin to open. Because the most powerful thing you can give God is your yes. This is not the kind of moment you'll get again. This is not one of those everyday moments you can come back to later. Something eternal is hanging in the balance. There is a shift happening in the spirit realm, and God is calling you to align with it. You've been walking through fog, but He wants to bring you clarity. You've been walking through fire, but He wants to bring you through it without a single burn. But you have to move now, before it's too late. Comment 999 if you're ready to fully step into His plan for your life. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. He is not far away. He is not angry at you. He's not tired of you. He's in love with you. Deeply. Eternally. That's why He's still calling. That's why He hasn't let go. And right now, He's standing right beside you, reaching out His hand one more time. His eyes are filled with mercy. His heart is full of compassion. And His voice is pleading, please, my child, don't walk away from me again. Don't turn back. Come home. You may not feel worthy, but He already paid the price to make you worthy. You may not feel strong, but His strength is made perfect in your weakness. You may not feel ready, but He says, I will go with you. I will equip you. I will never leave you. This is not about feelings. This is about truth. And the truth is, you are chosen. You are called. You are meant for more than pain, more than confusion, more than just surviving. God wants to breathe life into the dry places of your soul. He wants to restore what was stolen, renew what was lost, and rebuild what was broken. And He can do it in a moment, in a whisper. But you must give Him access. Not just to the pretty parts of your life, but the places you've hidden. The shame, the sin, the guilt, the grief. He wants all of it. Not to condemn you, but to cleanse you. He is not a distant judge. He is a loving Father. And your Father is calling you home right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Before 11:57 p.m. That time matters. Because there are spiritual doors that will close. There are divine moments that won't wait. And God is saying, I've waited for you. I've held back judgment. I've held back consequences. But now you must choose. This is not fear. This is love at its most urgent. A love that would rather risk being misunderstood than say nothing. A love that would rather shout a warning than whisper a wish. A love that refuses to give up, even now, even after all the running, even after all the silence. That's who God is, and that's who He'll always be. You've heard Him gently, you've heard Him patiently, but now He's calling with urgency. Not because He's changed, but because time has. You've asked Him to show up, you've begged Him for a sign. And this right now is His answer. This is Him showing up, not just to comfort you, but to warn you. There is something on its way, something that will either break you or build you, and the choice is in your hands. God is saying, I've done everything I can to reach you. But if you ignore this, if you close your heart this one last time, you may walk into something I can't stop because you didn't let me cover you. God is not trying to scare you into submission. He is trying to wake you up before the enemy traps you. Satan knows what's at stake. That's why he's been distracting you, tempting you, numbing you. He's trying to keep you disconnected, unfocused, too busy to hear the sound of God's voice. But not today, not this time. Heaven is clearing every distraction, silencing every noise, so that this one truth hits you deeply. This is your moment to return to God before the door closes. Comment 1010 if you are ready to shut the door on the enemy once and for all. You were never meant to live in this cycle. The guilt, the distance, the confusion, the back and forth relationship with God. That's not how it's supposed to be. You were created for intimacy with your Father, for clarity, for power, for purpose. And when you don't live in that identity, everything else feels off. That's why your peace disappears so easily. That's why nothing feels like enough. Because when your soul is disconnected from its Creator, no achievement, no relationship, no success can fill that void. God is saying, I'm still here. I haven't moved, but I won't wait forever. I've protected you. I've sustained you. I've shielded you. But now I need your yes. I need you to choose me, not just with your words, but with your life. He's not asking for perfection. He's asking for surrender. You may fall, you may stumble, but if your heart is surrendered, He will catch you every time. Right now, heaven is watching. Angels are standing still. The heavens are holding their breath as you stand on the edge of decision. Will you say yes this time? Will you give God more than a passing thought? Will you give Him your heart before the clock strikes and the opportunity fades? There are things in your life that only God can heal. You've tried to fix them with your own strength. You've tried to numb the pain with distractions. But it's still there, isn't it? That ache in your chest, that emptiness when you're alone, that quiet question that keeps showing up at night. Is this really all there is? God is answering that question right now. No, this isn't all. There is more, but you can only access it through Him. You don't have to walk in fear anymore. You don't have to live in anxiety, thinking everything depends on you. That weight has been crushing you. That pressure to hold it all together, to fix everything, to never show weakness, it's too heavy. And God is saying, give it to me. I never asked you to carry that. I just asked you to walk with me. Comment 1515 if you are ready to stop carrying what was never yours to hold. Some of you have been in spiritual sleep. You've gotten used to the silence, used to the numbness. You've stopped praying, stopped hoping, stopped expecting anything to change. But God is shaking you awake right now. He's breathing life back into dry bones. He's reigniting the flame that once burned in you. You've forgotten how it felt to be close to Him, but He hasn't forgotten you. You've gone through the motions, maybe even looked the part, but deep down you felt disconnected, lost, far from where you used to be with God. He knows that. And yet, He's not ashamed of you. He's not distant. He's not done. He's drawing you back not just to rescue you from danger, but to restore everything you thought was lost. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There are blessings with your name on them, waiting on the other side of your obedience. There are prayers you haven't even prayed yet that God is ready to answer. There are doors that won't open until you step fully into the calling He placed over your life. And right now He's saying, let's not waste another day. Let's not delay the destiny I wrote for you before you were even born. You may feel unqualified, but God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. You may not feel ready, but God will strengthen you day by day. You may think it's too late, but with God, it's never too late, as long as your heart is still beating and your soul is still willing. He redeems time. He restores what was stolen. He rebuilds what others tore down. But you must step into the light. You must come out of hiding. You've been saying, God, I'll come back when I get my life together. But God is saying, come back now and I will help you get it together. You've been waiting for the right moment. This is the right moment. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for more pain. Don't wait until everything falls apart. This is your warning before that happens. Choose me now. While there's still time, everything you've been praying for, peace, purpose, healing, strength, it starts with one decision, one surrender, one moment of real faith. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be emotional. You just have to be sincere. God sees the heart. And if your heart is saying yes, even in a whisper, He will come rushing in like a flood. This is the beauty of grace, that even after all your mistakes, God still wants you. That after every time you ran, He still waited. That after every door you slammed in His face, He still knocks. But this knock is different. This is the final one before the silence, before the shift, before the consequence. That's why it's so heavy. That's why you feel this weight. Because it's real. He's not mad. He's not giving up. He's not done. But He is warning you that the window is closing. The grace is still here. The door is still open, but not for long. This is your moment. Not just to feel something, but to be changed. Not just to hear Him, but to follow Him. Those were God's hands protecting you while you were too distracted to see it. But He can't keep shielding you if you continue to walk away. This is the final call, the last moment of warning, and if you don't take it seriously now, the next season of your life may carry weight you're not ready for. God is begging you to wake up, not just because He wants you safe, but because He wants you whole. He doesn't want you barely surviving anymore. He doesn't want you stuck in cycles of anxiety, heartbreak, and emptiness. He wants you to live, to breathe again, to stop putting on a strong face when you're breaking inside, to finally allow healing to enter the places you've tried to forget. He sees it all, and He still loves you, but His love is not a reason to delay. His love is the reason you need to act now. You've been numb for too long, disconnected. You've smiled at people while silently breaking. You've gotten so good at pretending, even you started to believe you were fine. But God knows the truth, and He's whispering now louder than ever, I want to restore you. Not just the parts people see, but the ones no one knows about. I want to bring back the joy you forgot was even possible. He's not asking for performance, He's asking for permission. Will you let Him come in? Comment 1717 if you're ready to open the door to Him today. Every time you ignored that nudge to pray, every time you silenced that voice telling you to walk away, every time you felt the conviction but chose comfort instead, that was Him trying to protect you, trying to gently redirect you. And now, He's raising His voice, not in anger, but in urgency. Because this next step in your life is too important. You cannot afford to walk blindly anymore. Too much is at stake. You've seen the cost of delay. You've felt the weight of silence. This is your escape route before it all closes. The enemy has been watching too. And the more distant you became from God, the more space the enemy had to creep in. That depression, that fear, that confusion that came out of nowhere, it wasn't random, it was strategic. The devil knows that if he can pull you far enough away from God, he doesn't have to destroy you, he can just distract you until you destroy yourself. And God has been intercepting those attacks, even without your prayers. But that covering won't last forever without your commitment. God is not here to take from you, He's here to give. He's not asking for your life so He can ruin it. He's asking for your life so He can restore it. You've tried running. You've tried hiding. You've tried silencing His voice with noise, people, distractions. But no matter how far you went, you couldn't escape that ache. That part of you that still wondered if He was real, that wondered if He still cared, that wanted to believe there was still time to come back. And here it is, that time, that chance. Don't let it pass. He's not waiting for you to have it all figured out. He's not demanding a perfect prayer. All He's waiting for is the moment your heart says, God, I need you. That's all it takes. And when you say it, everything will start to shift. Maybe not all at once on the outside, but deep in your soul, a healing will begin. Peace will settle in. Clarity will come. Hope will return. You are not beyond repair. You are not too far gone. If you were, you wouldn't still be here. You wouldn't still feel this pull in your heart. That's the Spirit of God reminding you that your story isn't over, that it can still be rewritten, that it can still become a testimony of grace, but only if you let Him in before it's too late. Comment Amen if you feel that pull in your heart right now. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. God wants to take what the enemy meant for harm and turn it into something powerful. He wants to take your pain and make it purpose. He wants to take the lies you believed and replace them with truth. But He can't do that if you're still holding on to the past, still holding on to control, still choosing fear over faith. This is the moment where you drop it all at His feet and say, I'm done trying to do this my way. There are people counting on your obedience. You may not realize it now, but your yes to God will impact more lives than your silence ever will. There are generations that will be changed because of the decision you make right now. You're not just saving yourself, you're unlocking something in your bloodline, breaking things that others in your family couldn't break, walking into healing they only dreamed of. This isn't just for you. This is bigger than you. You've been marked by God, chosen before you were even born. There's a reason the enemy fought so hard to destroy you. He saw your potential before you did. He knew the damage you would do to His kingdom if you ever fully surrendered to God. That's why he tried to keep you busy, broken, addicted, lost. But now you're here, and heaven is ready. The battle over your soul has been fierce, but victory is still available. And it starts with your decision now. This is the crossroads. One path leads back to what's familiar, but empty. The other leads into the unknown, but with God. You can't walk both. You can't serve two masters. You can't keep trying to please the world and expect the peace of heaven. That's why you've been torn. That's why nothing feels settled. Because your soul is crying out for something real, something eternal, and only God can give it. Don't wait until you're broken beyond recognition. Don't wait until another loss wakes you up. Don't wait until the pain forces you to change. Do it now, while the invitation is still warm, while his voice is still near, while his arms are still open. This is your final warning, not because he wants to punish you, but because he loves you enough to tell you the truth before it's too late. This is your moment to rise, to let go, to come back home. There's nothing you've done that can keep God from loving you. There's no mistake big enough to cancel your purpose. His grace runs deeper than your past. His love reaches higher than your pain. And right now, he's offering it freely. But you have to say yes. And even now, after all the nights you turned away, all the times you said maybe later, he is still whispering now. Not tomorrow, not when you're ready, now. Because what's coming doesn't wait. What's ahead isn't going to ask if you're prepared. That's why God is begging you to listen before the door closes. You don't know what 11:57 p.m. holds, but God does, and that's why his voice is shaking your soul right now. He's not trying to frighten you, he's trying to prepare you. He sees what's forming in the background, the attack, the loss, the turning point, and he's doing everything he can to pull you into his protection before it hits. You can feel it, can't you? The weight, the urgency. That's because something is coming that won't be stopped. But you can be covered. If you let him in, you may have ignored the warnings before. You've put it off, told yourself you had time, figured you'd turn around when you were older or when life slowed down. But life hasn't slowed down, has it? And it's not going to. You've just gotten better at ignoring the ache in your soul. But now it's too loud to ignore. And that's not just your conscience, that's God's mercy, refusing to stay quiet 1 second longer. Comment Amen if you know this is your wake-up call. You are God's child. Not by your performance, not by your record, but by his choice. He made you. He formed you in your mother's womb. He numbered the hairs on your head. He saw every day of your life before you lived a single one. And even knowing every mistake you'd make, every mess you'd cause, every lie you'd believe, he still chose you. And now he's asking, will you choose me back? God is not calling you to be perfect. He's calling you to be real, to be open, to be honest. You've tried to hold everything in, to act like you're okay, to tell everyone you've got it under control. But when you're alone, the cracks show, the tears come, the numbness creeps in. That's where he wants to meet you, not in your pretending, but in your truth. He is closest to the brokenhearted. He binds up the wounds you don't know how to heal. Some of you are standing in the middle of a decision that could change your life. You've been wrestling with it, going back and forth. You've prayed, but deep down, you already know what God is asking you to do. And now you feel the weight of it. That pressure in your chest, that's not anxiety. That's the presence of God, making it clear you can't go any further without choosing. You either give him everything, or you don't give him anything. There is no more middle ground. This is the hour when lines are being drawn. Light and darkness, truth and lies, spirit and flesh. And you have to choose a side, not just in words, but in action. Are you going to keep living for temporary comfort while your soul slowly withers? Or will you step into the fire of transformation and let God refine you? It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because on the other side of surrender is peace, real peace, the kind you haven't felt in years. Comment 222 if you're ready to surrender completely. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing, but the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are not too broken to be used by God. In fact, it's your brokenness that makes room for His power. The cracks in your story are where His light shines through. You think your failure disqualifies you, but God says it prepares you. Because now you know what grace feels like. Now you understand what it means to be carried when you can't stand. And when He restores you, and He will, your story will help others find their way home too. There is a shift happening in the spirit right now. You can feel it, like the atmosphere around you is thick with something unseen. That's not coincidence. That's God positioning you, aligning you. He's getting ready to open doors you never saw coming, but He can't release them until your heart is surrendered. The blessing comes with responsibility. The favor comes with obedience. He will not give you what you're not ready to carry. And readiness starts with repentance. So many people want the miracle but not the master. They want the breakthrough but not the process. But God is not a vending machine. He is a holy, powerful, living Father. And He is not mocked. He sees beyond your words. He looks straight into your soul. And if your surrender is real, He will honor it. But if you keep playing games, if you keep making excuses, He will let you walk your path, but He won't force Himself into your life. This is your moment to stop running, to stop bargaining, to stop waiting for a better time. There is no better time. The weight you feel is because this is your divine appointment, your last warning, your final call. God doesn't want you to fear Him. He wants you to revere Him, to understand that His mercy is not weakness, and His silence is not absence. He's been giving you space to return. But that space is shrinking. The door is about to shut. When that door shuts, it will be too late to go back and change your answer. It will be too late to say, "I wasn't sure." It will be too late to say, "I thought I had more time." That's why He's saying it now, loud, clear, and with urgency. Come home. Return to me. Choose life. Choose truth. Choose me. If only you could see what's waiting on the other side of your yes, you'd run to Him. You'd weep with joy. Because there is healing, there is freedom, there is joy so overwhelming it will undo years of pain. But it starts with that one choice, that one surrender, that one moment of courage where you say, "God, I'm yours, fully, no more halfway, no more hiding." And He will meet you, right where you are, in your room, in your car, in the silence after you put your phone down. He will wrap His arms around your soul and fill you with peace you can't explain. He will silence every voice that has tormented you. He will calm every storm that has surrounded you. But first, you have to say yes. Before 11:57 p.m., this isn't just a feeling. It's not just emotion. This is the Holy Spirit trying to rescue you before the storm breaks. You think you have time, but God sees the full picture. He sees what's being prepared behind closed doors. He sees the trap, the betrayal, the sudden shift that's coming, and He's not trying to scare you, He's trying to shield you. But He cannot protect what refuses to submit. His covering is only over those who walk in His will. That's why He's crying out so loudly now. Come under my shelter. Come under my hand. While there's still time, you may be tired, weary, burnt out from trying to stay strong for everyone. You've been the one holding things together, and inside, you're breaking. But no one sees that part. They just see your smile. They see your strength. They don't see the nights you barely make it through. But God does, and He's not just watching, He's reaching. He's saying, "I didn't create you to survive this way. I created you to thrive in my presence, to live under my grace, to walk in my strength." Comment, 1111, if you're ready to step into that kind of strength. You've spent years searching for something to fill the ache in your heart: success, relationships, attention, pleasure. But none of it has healed the wound. None of it has given you the peace you thought it would. And the reason is simple: only God can fill what He created. That void in your soul isn't weakness. It's a signpost pointing you back to your Creator. You weren't designed to live without Him. That's why you feel like something is always missing, because He is. He doesn't want part of you. He wants all of you. Not just your Sundays, not just your quiet moments, all of you. Your thoughts, your decisions, your desires, your wounds. And the reason He's asking for everything is because He knows that's the only way to heal you completely. You've tried partial surrender. You've tried to keep certain parts of your life locked away, but those locked doors are where the real healing needs to happen. There's something building behind the scenes. Spiritually, the atmosphere is shifting. Some of you can feel it but can't explain it. That sense that something is coming but you don't know what it is, that's because the spiritual realm is moving. And whether you're under God's covering when it does will decide how you walk through it, either in peace or in panic, either in faith or in fear. You've cried out for clarity, for direction, for peace. And now, here it is. Not wrapped in ease, but wrapped in truth. Because God doesn't sugarcoat warnings. He doesn't soften the truth just to make us feel better. He loves too deeply to lie. And the truth is, if you keep ignoring Him, you will face what's coming without His protection. That's not a threat. That's a rescue mission. He's not mad at you. He's madly in love with you. That's why He's warning you. Comment 333 if you're choosing faith over fear right now. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. God is not asking you to do this alone. He's not saying you have to clean everything up before coming to Him. He's not asking you to be strong. He's saying, "Come as you are, and I will do the healing. I will do the cleansing. I will be the strength you need." You were never meant to do this in your own power. That's why you've felt so heavy. That's why you've been so tired. Because you've been trying to carry what only He can. This is your turning point. If you choose Him now, there are blessings waiting that you can't even imagine. There's peace that will enter your mind like a flood. There's purpose that will wake you up with joy again. There's healing that will go back generations. God is not just calling you for you. He's calling you for your family, for your future, for every person connected to your obedience. What you say yes to today will echo for years. That yes will unlock things in your bloodline. It will break curses. It will protect your children. It will prepare you for things you haven't even seen yet. But if you walk away now, the enemy will use that open door to plant deeper roots of fear, doubt, and destruction. And eventually, that seed will grow into something that will take even more pain to undo. God is not forcing you. He's inviting you. And He's doing it with urgency. Because this is not an ordinary time. This is not just another day. The spiritual atmosphere is different. This is a divine hour. The kind of moment that only comes once. And if you miss it, you'll look back one day and remember this moment when God tried one last time to pull you close before everything changed.